We are from Group 11, Zakat and Perancangan Cukai. Our topic today is the effectiveness of the e-filing system in enhancing tax compliance. Here's our group members: Yashini Vasu, Nehasini Damodaran, Wong Yokling, Ten Yen Lam Twini, and Shalini Suri Vigneswaran. For introduction, digital transformation is basically e-filing is a digital tax platform introduced by LHDNM to modernize tax administration. The major goals are enhance ease, accuracy, and efficiency in tax filing nationwide. Legal framework shows that mandated under the Income Tax Act 1967 for corporations, partnership, and income earners. We have two key features, which is access via My Tax Portal and secure updates, written filing, payment history, and online payment. Technological integration is basically uses AI and data analytics for faster processing and fraud detection. We have three main challenges, which is cybersecurity threat, system overload during peak periods, user errors, and digital literacy gap. And two ongoing commitments are continuous improvement needed for security, inclusivity, and efficiency. And the second one is support volunteer compliance, transparency, and economic growth.
Now let's see the concept of effectiveness. The first one is legal and regulatory support. It is supported by MyTax portal and tools like eBayaran, eLedger, eKamaskini. It also reduces manual error, time, and cost, and uses AI and data analytics for anomaly detection and improved audit. The second one is benefits of e-filing. It simplifies tax processes, boosts accuracy and efficiency, and also promotes timely and transparent filling. Other than that, e-filing also enhances national revenue collection and also encourages self-assessment and voluntary compliances. The third one is challenges impacting effectiveness. It is digital divide effects, rural, elderly, and less tech-savvy users. The cybersecurity also concerns data trust and usage. The system reliability issues such as downtime, lag, and errors. The user errors due to complex forms and lack of guidance and also limited personalized support during the filling process. The fourth one is future outlook. It is simplified, mobile friendly user interface for broader access. It has integration of AI for faster, more accurate processing. And it also aligns with my digital blueprint to promote inclusive e-governance. And lastly, it focuses on security, digital literacy, and accessibility to build trust and compliances.
Part 3 is current rules and practices. Malaysia's tax administration is supported by a comprehensive legislative framework that facilitates digital taxpayer compliance, notably via the e-filing system. The Income Tax Act 1967, along with subsidiary laws and LHDNM guidelines, outlines filing methods, taxpayer obligations, and penalties for non-compliance. 3.1 is legal and regulatory framework. The first is Income Tax Act 1967, which is Act 53. The income tax is the main law which governs taxes in Malaysia. The second one is Public Ruling and Filing Program Guidelines. LHDNM issue public rulings as well as an annual filing program for income tax return forms, ITRFS, to explain and facilitate the requirements of the Act. The third is Enforcement and Penalty Provision. Where the contravention occurs, the preventive control measures are lawfully mandated. Inability to deliver a return carries with a fine of between 200 and 20,000 ringgit, imprisonment of a term which shall not exceed 6 months or both. 3.2 is taxpayer obligations and filing requirements. The first is mandatory e-filing user. Due to the complexity and nature of their payment of taxes, some categories of taxpayer have to make use of administratively or legally of the e-filing system. Next is voluntary but encouraged e-filing taxpayer. Although the e-filing is not mandatory for taxpayers who have relatively straightforward tax affair, such as those who only have employment income, LHDNM requests them to do so because of accuracy, speed, and online ease of completing. The third is supported returns form via e-filing. There are few forms to save the requirements of taxpayer. Last but not least is obligations under the SAS. Non-compliance with filing under the Income Tax Act can result in charges, late payment, or prosecution. 3.3 is filing deadlines and grace period. The first is standard deadlines and grace period. Below are the table for this form, and there are four forms. The first is Form BE, second is Form B, the third is Form C, and the fourth is Form E. Secondly, practical filing considerations. Taxpayers are urged to file early. Companies complete audited financial statement to meet the 7-month deadlines for Form C. Employers must provide EA forms to employees by the end of February to meet the March 31st deadline for Form E. The third is crucial elements of grace period. The official e-filing system provides a 15-day grace period for most tax returns, with deadlines extended to the next working day if they fall on a weekend or public holiday. However, this grace period does not apply to all forms. For example, employee Form E must be filed by 31st of March annually without any extension. Last but not least is consequences of missing deadlines. The consequences is late filing penalties, higher tax assessments, and late payment penalties. 3.4 is assessing the e-filing system. There are 5 steps to sign up for this system. 3.5 is core features and tools. The first is EZ Hasil e-filing module, under which taxpayer, companies, and tax agent can file income tax return securely and on time online, is the center of this system. Secondly is eBayaran. It is a safe, internet payment gateway in order to ease the payment process. Through this facility, taxpayers are able to pay taxes without having to go to bank or LHDNM. The third is e-ledger, which enables customers to see a full record of their tax account. Is another convenient facility. The fourth is e-Kemaskini, that offers an easy method of altering contact numbers, bank numbers, addresses, and other financial or personal details for those who wish to do so. Last but not least is ECP55D, use of the digital certificate utilized within the company tax file, and e-residency for applying the certificates of residence for taxation. 3.6 is data integration and verification. The authenticity and credibility of data submitted by taxpayer coupled with official papers are enhanced through this back-end integration. For example, information from the SOSO and EPF are automatically cross-checked with employee income reported. The system also maintains financial data of the banks and other financial institutions, including details of large amount of money transaction as well as receipt of interest besides work data. As a whole, these links are an even more intelligent and efficient tax system that encourages accuracy. 3.7 is penalties for non-compliance, it including a 10% penalty for late filing and an addition 5% if payment is delayed beyond 60 days. The penalties ranging from 45% to 100% of the tax short pay. The fine up to 20,000 or imprisonment up to 6 months or both. 3.8 is system enhancement and future outlook. UI, which is user interface improvements, make the system easier to use, especially for new users. Data analytics and AI artificial intelligence are being integrated to detect anomalies and enhance audit efficiency.
Now, let's move into section 4.0, which discusses the issues, challenges, and controversies surrounding Malaysia e-filing system under LHDN. The system has indeed brought notable progress. It has helped improve tax compliance, reduce manual processes, and increase digital efficiency in tax filing. However, like many digital transformations, e-filing in Malaysia is not without its pitfalls. There are still ongoing technical and accessibility problems that limit its full potential, especially for certain segments of the population. Let's begin with the first issue, the digital divide and access gaps in Malaysia. While internet access is widespread in urban areas, there is still a noticeable gap when we compare rural and urban coverage. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, urban internet access stands at 97.4%, but in rural areas it drops to 88.5%. This gap isn't just about connectivity, it's also about digital literacy. Many elderly citizens and individuals who are not tech-savvy face significant challenges when using the e-filing system. Tasks like accessing the My Tax portal, uploading documents, or understanding system prompts can be overwhelming for them. As a result, these users often depend on others to file their taxes, which increases the risk of errors, delays, or even non-compliance. Some may avoid filing altogether due to frustration or lack of assistance. So, while the system is digital, not all Malaysians are equally equipped to use it. The second major issue is the technical instability of the e-filing system, especially during peak filing periods. As the tax filing deadline approaches, particularly around the end of April, the system often struggles to handle the surge in user traffic. Taxpayers commonly experience lag, website crashes, and login difficulties during this critical period. One such case was reported in April 2022, when the Star highlighted that many users were unable to access the portal due to high traffic volume. Despite continuous improvement by LHDN, the system's infrastructure can still become overwhelmed when thousands of users try to submit their returns at the same time. These technical disruptions does not just cause annoyance, they directly lead to filing errors and missed deadlines, especially for those trying to complete their returns at the last minute. This creates unnecessary stress and reduces confidence in the digital system. Now, moving on to the third issue, which is a growing concern in today's digital age, data privacy and cybersecurity risks. When using the e-filing system, taxpayers are required to submit highly sensitive personal information. This includes income details, identification numbers, and banking information. While LHDN has implemented encryption and access controls, many users still question whether their data is truly safe. According to a 2023 study by ASME, 47% of respondents said that they were concerned that their personal information might not be secure when filing taxes online. To make matters worse, there has been a rise in phishing scams and fake tax-related emails that might make government portals. These threats further erode public trust in the system and make taxpayers feel vulnerable. The fourth issue relates to the over-reliance on self-assessment in Malaysia's e-filing system. Under this approach, taxpayers must calculate their own income, apply for tax reliefs, and ensure all personal details are up to date. While the system does offer tools like autofill and calculators, it still assumes a good level of tax knowledge from the user. Unfortunately, this often leads to mistakes, especially when it comes to misdeclaring beliefs or forgetting to update personal particulars such as marital status or dependents. A 2021 audit by LHDN showed that around 25% of personal tax return errors were due to incorrect claims, especially for medical, lifestyle, and education related reliefs. And finally, the fifth issue, the lack of personalized support services for taxpayers. While LHDN does provide FAQ and online help desk and email or hotline support, these resources are often generic and not sufficient for taxpayers with complex income situations, such as freelancers, investors, or those with multiple income streams. During peak tax season, these support channels often become overloaded, leading to long delays in responses or even failure to get through the agent. This leaves many users, especially those with questions on deductions, exemptions, or tax treatment of specific income types, feeling confused and unsupported.
Now let's look into recommendation and best practices. First, we need to expand infrastructure and access, especially in rural and remote areas. This can be done by improving internet coverage and offering subsidized plans for low-income users through public-private partnerships. Next, it's important to promote digital literacy. We can hold community workshops, we work with NGOs, and include digital skills in school curriculums. Special focus should be also given to training elderly and non-tech savvy individuals. Then, we must enhance platform accessibility. This includes adding multilingual interfaces, screen reader support, font size adjustment, and high contrast mode. It also crucial to ensure mobile and offline compatibility. To support users better, we should strengthen user support system. This means providing live chat, virtual assistant, and helplines. Public awareness campaigns can also help build trust and explain online security. Finally, we need to monitor and improve. Regular surveys and user feedback can help identify problems and guide continuous upgrades. By focusing on these 5 areas, we can move toward a more inclusive digital environment for everyone. Thank you. First, under 5.2 targeted digital literacy programs, we must focus on vulnerable groups like the elderly, rural residents, and those with low tech exposure. They need our attention the most. Next, we should use practical training methods, simple workshops, easy to follow guides, and real life examples that relate to their daily lives. It's also important to create inclusive materials with multilingual options, audiovisual content, and accessible formats for people with different needs. To keep learners supported, we must provide ongoing help like help desk, hotlines, mobile support unit, and regular feedback collection to understand their daily challenges. Now, moving on to 5.3 expanding infrastructure and internet access. First, we can set up public Wi Fi hotspots in important community locations like libraries and town halls. We should also provide subsidized internet packages to help low income households stay connected. In addition, community digital hubs can be built, offering free internet, computers, and staff who can assist users. For those needing extra help, we should offer personal support with digital tools like e filling. And finally, mobile services units can bring digital access and assistance directly to remote and rural areas. Together, these efforts will ensure no one is left behind in the digital world.
Now, let's see the user-friendly platform enhancement. The first one is simplified interface, the step-by-step guidance with visual and reminders to reduce errors and anxiety. The second one is multilingual and accessible design. It supports for Malay, English, Chinese, and Tamil features like high contrast, font size control, and screen reader compatibility. The third one is mobile optimization. It is mobile-friendly design for easy filling via smartphones and tablets. The last one is helpful features. The biometric logging, auto data fill, simplified form, live chat, FAQs, videos, and chatbot support. The next one is continuous support and feedback mechanisms. The first one is real time and personalized help. The live chat helps desk by physical and virtual and community outreach programs. The second one is targeted support for vulnerable groups. It has special assistance for elderly, rural users, and non native speakers. The third one is regular user feedback collection. The surveys, focus groups, and in app suggestion tools to identify issues and improve the system. The last one is iterative improvement. It uses feedback to update training, tools, and interface to match real user needs.
In a conclusion, Malaysia's e-filing system represents a tax significant advancement in modernizing tax administration by promoting voluntary compliance, transparency, and efficiency through a secure digital platform. Supported by the Income Tax Act 1967, enhanced by AI and data analytics, it offers faster processing and improved fraud detection. That's all from us. Thank you, Dr.